three books in one, to me. First of all, it is a bio of Jay-Z. Fairly important. Tells you where he comes from a ghettoized housing project where the best life for young men seems to include selling drugs. A culture that breeds hustlers, in other words. He himself acknowledges this. He doesn't really distance himself from this past. He seems to be perfectly happy milking it for his art form, which I guess sort of leads into the fact of the second book, which is a primer for hip-hop, and a good primer for hip-hop as well. Now, there's tons of great books on the history of hip-hop out there, and you should read them. However, what this book does, probably better than the other ones, is that it just, by the mere fact that it has a lead character, it actually has an individual you can actually sort of pin your discovery on, as he literally just sort of emerges from this culture and really takes on and learns and challenges himself about the art form. And sometimes that's what makes a great narrative nonfiction book, is just actually having that narrative through line. And this book delivers that. It's very personal in that respect, and I think that's what makes it a good intro. When I recorded Hard Knock Life, Ghetto Anthem, over a mix of the theme song from Annie, I wasn't worried about the clash between the hard lyrics and the image of red-headed Annie. Instead, I found the mirror between the two stories, that Annie's story was mine and mine was hers. And the song was the place where our experiences weren't contradictions, just different dimensions of the same reality. But I felt like the chorus to that song perfectly captured what little kids in the ghetto felt every day. Instead of kisses, we get kicked. We might not all have literally been orphans, but a whole generation of us had basically raised ourselves in the streets. During my live shows, I always stop the music and throw it to the crowd during the chorus. I stare out as a sea of people, old heads, teenagers, black, white, whatever, throw their hands up and heads back and sing like it's the story of their own lives. Thirdly, it's Jay-Z writing about and annotating his favorite songs, and that's just kind of icing on the cake for me. If you're on the fence about a book like this, think about it this way. Think about a book if it was written by Miles Davis or Bob Dylan, and if they wrote about their growth in the genre, and they took the time to break down their best songs down to the smallest detail, you would read that.